Hello guys, welcome to another Napoleon Total War multiplayer battles. I'm here with a 3v3 on Prussian hills. This was a nice battle, one of probably my better ones in a long while actually. I'll go over my army real quick. I have, I believe, 2 chasseurs H of Val. Actually, I have 2 chasseurs H of Val and 1 lancer. Then I have 4 voltigeurs and the 6th Regiment d'Infanterie. Oh no, never mind. There's the other lancer unit. Then I have 2 old guard, and I believe 3 young guard, yes, and then 2 fusiliers, and then 2 National Guard. So very elite army, but it has led me to quite a few victories lately. As we'll go over my allies' army. I forgot to read the names, unfortunately, but either way, we'll go over it real quick. So yeah, as what I see is 4 young guard, and then the rest of it being fusiliers of line. So he has no lights. You go over this. My other ally, I see 3 chasseurs and 2 volts and 2 chasseurs H of Val. The brave fusilier, militia, National Guard. So he has a lot of variety in his army. Young Guard, Swiss Foot, Old Guard, Polish Legion, Polish Legion, Polish Legion, Polish Legion. So yeah, big army. Then we'll go over the enemy British player's army, which is a big jumble of red. See about 5 lights. Yeah, because I was hosting this battle, so my usual rules are 5 lights max, no arty, and the rest looks like being foot. And then horse guard and general staff. You see a giant cav charge right here, and then come over here, France. Probably about the same amount of volts, 5. I don't know. And fusilier, bit of fusiliers, lancers, more fusilier, volt. Young guard, I see young guard up there, and whatever else is there. Then my enemy Prussian player, which I believe was Mr. B115. So he has some hussars and 2 dragoon units. So 2 hussars and 2 dragoons, and most likely 5 Prussian fusiliers. Let's check. Do a count. All I see at the moment, oh, actually 3. And then I believe most of his army consists of musketeers. Guarantee there's a foot guard. You got 2 foot guards, grenadier, 2 grenadiers, and whatever else is up here. Some more Prussian fusiliers. So he has 5. You see, I'm moving up my main body of force. As I guess first we'll pay attention to what's going on up here. So already the main battle has started over here. So my allied French player just pushed up pretty quick on the British player. So my allied French player is hitting some nice quick volleys on the enemy French player. You can see I'm moving up. This is mostly a line of fusiliers. This is my line of fusiliers. I have a young guard up here. Well, this line over here is based of my National Guard. Most of my guard units are going to hang back for a while. See all my guards. But for the most part, these National Guard are going to hold this flank like really, really good, actually. And these voltigeurs are going to also become an essential part in this flank over here. See, it's a nice line here. Looked like there was going to be a cav charge. He changed his mind to go after mine. go over here for a second. Nothing's really happening in these woods, but this is the main part of the battle over here so far. And these little choke points are where the main stuff is going on. But my side is going to probably be the somewhat more exciting side, just due to the fact that the overall amount of battle that's happening. I mean, the other sides are just going to basically be an all-out melee almost the whole entire time. But I'm going to keep all my flanks actually pretty well. See, he's moving. My allied French players moving up his flank even more, and see now an attack's going on over here in those woods. Yes, for the most part, my allied French players doing very, very well. The two of them. We all played as France, actually. All three of us. You see, I'm pushing my flank. I moved the old guard up to help. See, now we're going to get some nice downward fire on whatever units are here in this area. I moved a young guard up, and I move whatever is left of my guard to help on this flank over here if ever needed. I moved up my chasseurs to also help fire, which was actually a really, really good idea. Because they're going to get some nice fire down on this grenadier unit, which is going to quickly rout. Just due to the amount of fire it's getting and losses it's taking. Either way. As you see, my flank isn't doing so well at the moment. Well, this flank, it's just kind of dropping pretty quick. So my young guard doing some damage pretty quick too. So I'm kind of getting ready for any sort of cav charge if needed, but nothing's really going on with the cav at my side. You can see there's a massive melee charge over here. But my allied French player right here is just going to hold it the whole entire time. Just overall, the attack's pretty big in melee this whole entire battle. So I didn't move up my guard the rest of the way, I just sat them there the rest of the time. Or at least for a while. So I'm trying to form a flank here. It's a nice fire down. So my chasseurs are continuing to fire. Chasseurs H Val on this other grenadier. For the most part, these Prussian Fusiliers are doing some good damage. I'm not really getting too much down on them. And that's when I decided to charge in my Lancer units against both of them. Both my Lancer units. So that was probably a good idea on my part. I think he's actually going to get them retreated, actually. I think I'm going to catch one unit of his Prussian Fusiliers in the perfect time, just right there. So we'll go over to this side of the battlefield real quick. So the battle's just kind of calmed down. It's just my other allied French player, I don't know why he completely fell back. He could have kept the hill. He just decided not to. He's just going to fall back and make a giant line over here. So I think I moved. Yeah, I'm moving up another young guard up here to help with this flank. And you can see this.
Our men are running, sir.
The way I have my flank, I'm just doing so well with it. As I end up charging my chasseurs H Val in against this foot guard and this grenadier unit. So my charges are actually fairly successful. Just to hold them off for a while. See, all my cavalry is in a charge at the moment. And this is another long battle, so I guess we'll start fast forwarding for now. I mean, it's not as long, I think. I don't know. Play this battle December 19th. But either way. So I'm trying to continue moving up the flank here. As I'm trying to move up my guard units just in case that they're needed. And he gets a little charge in on my National Guard over here. So this flank is going to fall somewhat for a little while. As you can see now, I've completely curved in on.
Our men are running, sir.
We are 115's flank at this point. I'm not worried about cap charges. So either way, doing perfect. So I have to move my men back. So I have to reform the line because I felt like it was going to fall at this point. It's my allies. Guard.
Our men are running, sir.
See, there was also a Prussian cap charge against my Lancers. And see, for the most part, British players retaking this area. I don't know why. I think his name was Altruistic or something. Fell back here and completely reformed the line, which might actually be the reason why we won the battle. Besides whatever reinforcement I could give at the end of the battle. So I had to move my general up. It's because I was afraid of them, this Hussar unit getting into him. So my young guard finally taking some damage. Now I'm moving it back to reform.
Our men are running, sir.
Guessing my last cab unit routed. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. So now I have to charge. Well, I'm not charging them in, but I'm moving up my lights. See this overall madness over here, and just basically in the middle of the battlefield. It's I, for the most part, I'm the one that's doing the best at this point, on the fact that I have to fall back my line just due to these Hussars' presence. See, now I've fallen it all the way back, and this cab is looking kind of. I'm like confused what he's exactly doing at this point with his cab. See, now there's a massive British force coming over here. Just overall, I don't know exactly how we won this battle into some ways. And thankfully, my National Guard kept these Hussars back, and now I'm going to be able to reform my line to fire on those Hussars once they get close. For the most part, I've basically got a straight line, and he's got a straight line, so I can only hope that it does not too bad. Because now he's going to charge in against my National Guard. Actually, no, it looks like he changed his route. Yeah, I don't know what exactly he's doing at this point. No massive melee charge in the middle. See, now his forces are being outflanked by the other British forces. Overall, I don't know what the strategy was, but this middle is holding in every way possible. At this point, I'm just trying to hold my own too. So I moved to take out this unit right here of Voltigeurs with my lights and stuff. Is my Fusilier over here ran out of ammo? Where is it? I don't know, somewhere around here. But you see, enemy cab has fallen. Yes, one unit of enemy cab fell, and now the other one's preparing for a charge. There it goes, and just dropping them like flies. My old guard and my young guard doing. It was this ultimate suicide, plus he was walking them, so little error there, but yeah, he got his Hussars slaughtered to my old guard and young guard. See, I just kind of messed this one up. My old guard are taking some friendly fire losses, just a bit, because I kind of forgot about these Prussian Fusiliers. So my line is kind of getting a bit flanked. And now that I re-secured this flank from the cab, I move up my line. Just reform, I guess I should say.
One of our units has used all
One of my old guard ran out of ammo. Let's I guess Solgar was in combat over here the whole entire time. So that's going to be a formidable melee force for the future. Thoughts. So for the most part, the enemy France player has fallen. And all he has left of his army is his lights. That's all that's left. And pretty much there's a full British force over here. And Mr. BR-115 has also fallen.
Our men are running, sir!
Pretty much anything in this area has fallen. See, now I'm just trying to hold this flank here. As I chased off whatever that Voltigeur unit was left, my 6th Regiment. It's actually this Old Guard still has ammo. I think it was that 6th Regiment that ran out of ammo, because that Old Guard's still firing. My flank is just kind of messed up right now. As you can see, there's a huge space between my lines, which I'm actually kind of fine with at this point. I still have a decent chunk of my army left to continue fighting for a good amount of time. Still reforming, trying to get my Old Guard in a position to slaughter whatever remains of the Prussian force. My Young Guard's also reforming. Now there's a slightly less bigger hole between my lines. But now I think my Old Guard did run out of ammo. Maybe no, I was charging the 6th. Either way, I have taken the flank, and I'm gonna reform these 2 units on the flank. Now you can see my allied French player that's in the middle is kind of getting whatever remains of his army just kind of not wiped out, but it's just having a little bit more of a fight now because enemy British player has came in, and now my guard units go to work against Prussia. Doing a lot of damage quickly, meaning this flank will be taken and I can move up my remaining army to help take out the British player and whatever remains of the French player. And there's still a good amount of enemies left here. It depends on how my allies take it, which is going to be very, very well. You can see this massive melee combat right here, based of Fusiliers, it looks like to me. Frame rate, I love you. Just kidding, you are terrible sometimes to me. See, now all that remains is there's 2 Prussian Fusiliers, and the Prussian now no longer exists. So anything that remained of the Prussian no longer exist. As my side of the battlefield has been pretty bloody all in itself, I just thought this was an excellent battle on my part just because of how quickly I just overtook B115. This was a good battle for me. So that's when I start moving my guard units up and just basically whatever remains of my army up to prepare to take out the enemy, or whatever remains of the enemy. I'm just surprised on how much army I have left at this point. It went actually quite well for my side of the battlefield. It just seemed like BR-115 had I wouldn't say terrible position, but overall with my guard units I just slaughtered whatever remained. This general is actually going to survive the battle and going to move back up. As my allied French player isn't looking as good as he was earlier from the middle, but he's still surviving. Actually still has quite a bit of force left. It's a good idea I'm fast forwarding because not too much battle is happening at this point. I mean, there's some firefights with lights, and actually, no, there's a little bit going on over here. Tristick's moving up his old guard. I'm probably butchering his name in every way possible, but either way. It's my proud guard units just marching forward. As this British player is actually starting to look like he's going to take this battle into the positive, but you can still see on the power meter down here that it's literally right at the middle. For some reason I know that doesn't seem to come up on the mobile device, which I still don't understand. Either way, see, my line has basically formed at this point. But right now, this flank has actually been taken at this point. There's not too much force remaining of my allied French player from the middle, so I do start moving up my flank here. This battle has been just overall excellent. That's what I think, actually. I mean, they probably would have agreed that it was an excellent battle. See, nice firefight going on over here with the British foot and the old guard. It's just, there's not that much force left that I have to really worry about, because I know that my most farthest away allied French player is just gonna continue to deal damage without me being completely needed for the rest of the battle. Though I will be needed in a bit as I route that foot with my old guard. Continuing to move up my line, so now I'm moving up my other guard units. I think both of my old guard are in the front line, actually no. Old guard and a young guard, and my other old guard's over here. Is my other two young guard are over there too. You can see now British is falling back. So my young guard are just kind of getting shot up.
All its ammunition, sir.
So my young guard ran out of ammo, so I just charged them in against those Voltigeurs. See, now the flank is not looking so hot over here. So I'm just trying to take out whatever I can with my old guard. Just anything that remains of my force is just gonna be ultimately needed. Because my force is basically the altering factor of this battle. Just because of how much damage that they do. Is what I believe is this foot ran out of ammo, which is why it's not firing. But my old guard is going to shred them while they're in the trees. I think my old guard are about to run out of ammo too, either way. It's still going to be a perfect charge when they go in for the charge.
One of our units has
Yep,
used
there they go.
all its ammunition,
Old guard
sir.
out of ammo. There they go, the charge. So they charging against his foot. Then a bit of counter charge with that other foot unit. So I just basically charging against this Voltigeur unit. My old guard's just going to do excellent against these foot units. In every way possible, just excellent. I was surprised that they were able to hold off against both those foot units. See, now I've re-secured the flank here. Completely re-secured it. This area's just been re-wiped from the thought map. It's just, I've taken it. Is the old guard still fighting? I said that they already won, but they had won the battle, but oh my god, I was still so surprised. They were just outnumbered, and yet they still pulled out the victory in melee combat. As now this battle is starting to look completely in our direction. The British are falling like flies. Just whatever remains of the British is just gone. It's been wiped. Somehow my Fusiliers lost against these Voltigeurs. I don't know how. My old guard's still surviving. So now I'm just completely reforming the flank here. It just went from it looked like we might still lose this battle to just we're gonna win this for sure.
Our men
battle,
are running, sir.
just because of how I was able to recharge the flank, because I assumed that this flank would need to be taken, because even if the British forces weren't taken out, they would have been able to reflank and probably take out the flank of Altristic. But I was able to deny that from happening, and then Altristic took this flank also, and just the British just fell quickly to the ultimate superior force. So my old guard charging in against the remaining general of B115. So my young guard charging in this Voltigeur unit, quickly gonna take them out.
A glorious victory, sir,
A
is soon to be yours.
glorious victory, sir, soon to be yours. Most of my units have ran out of ammo, but it's not. The ammo's not needed anymore. This battle's just been finished. Just my men have ultimately won the battle. I mean, I still lost a good amount of my army over here. Won it. Came over
The men
here.
are fatigued, sir, and must rest
Lost
a while.
another good little chunk of it, but still won everything over in this direction. I just charged in against the general. So this is the only thing that remains. The British general, a foot unit, another foot unit, and the Prussian general. So this battle is pretty much over at this point. There's no way that they can just all of a sudden pull the win out of a hat. Just no way. This battle is over. It's not like all these units are going to come back from routing. They're just gone. But I'm continuing to move up. And fast forward through this little last piece of the battle. There's overall just going to get shot up here. Slow-mo charge. You see the bullets just flying and just demolishing everything in its path. Just the old guard itself is doing as much damage as it can and will ever do. The flank is still occurring. But this foot unit quickly is going to rout. These are the only 3 units that remain on this field. It moved from right here, all this area, to all the way over here. And my battle went from a straight line over there, and then curved back, and then curved back again. And then this was this all-out slaughter melee combat in the middle. As there goes the remaining British force. It's gone. As that is the end of this pretty good 3v3 battle. I want my sticks. There you go. So I actually lost the least out of all of us in the team, as you can see out now the names now. I actually did the most damage also. They deployed a lot less men than we did. His my chasseurs did a lot of damage. That Fusilier, oh, the old guard. Oh, still overtook everything. It was the old guard, of course. But yeah, there you go, you guys. That's the end of that battle. See you guys in the next one. comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.